Good evening, people. We are all here. We are all back from the game from the Emirates today, where Arsenal have seen themselves go out yet again of the FA Cup. 4 years since we won it, and since then, our record has been shambolic in both of the domestic cup competitions under MIKEL Arteta. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of questions I need to ask. Both of these lads, Lee and Adrian, are with us, of course, on Lee Judges TV today. But I'm going to start tonight. I'm going to start. I normally, as the host, allow people to vent. But I'm going to start to where I'm at because there's a lot of questions and a lot of concerns. And the reason I get frustrated is not because people come for me. It's not because people call me toxic or negative. And when I call it out, say it how it is. Actually, it's because I'm bored of saying the same thing now. Every single stream, every single show. Oh, it's fine, Dan. You're overreactionary. It's over the top. The squad's fine. It's been fixed. We're closer to Man City. We're playing controlled football now. It's so much better to watch. It's now we're winning 2-1s, 1-0s. It's like the George Graham days. Havertz was worth the money. He'll come good. The goalkeeper's now better. Trust me, that will work. We're not short at left back. It's just unfortunate that Timber got an injury. It doesn't matter about Partey. We've got the three best DMs in world football. When you look at it in Partey, Rice and Jorginho, nobody else has got better CDMs than them. It's the style of play that will come. Trust me, he's just making sure that it's calm. Going into the second half will be the Arsenal from last season. Bollocks. Sorry, guys. Absolute bullshit when I hear all this crap. It is excuses and excuses and excuses. So, the goalkeeping situation lies on the door of Mikel Arteta. Facts. Ramsdale had a good game today. Then we move into the defence, which is still not fixed in any form or shape from 4 years ago. We have got much better players in there now, but trust me, we're short. We're having to play a lanky Polish left back who is not a left back at left back. We have got a midfielder now in Kai Havertz that is being played all over the pitch. We needed a number 8 and a striker. We ended up paying 65 million for one that can't do neither. And now we've got Saka playing every single game, looking absolutely shocking because we didn't sign a right midfielder or a right winger to actually compete with him. And when we've got one, the manager doesn't play it. Just leave Saka on. He's our star boy. Leave him. We've got no centre forward, and we're currently trying to win the Premier League and the Champions League with Kai Havertz and Eddie Nketiah up top because Jesus is injured. Funny that. Miraculous that Jesus and Partey get injured yet again, and we have no cover for either of them still, and we didn't have cover from last summer. We've gone a whole summer, again, £200 million spent, and we get to January and everyone goes, I think we might need a striker now, Dan. Oh, have I not been saying that? So in 4 years, there was no option to buy a striker. We had Aubameyang and Lacazette. Who did we replace them with? We haven't. Who did we replace Pepe with? We haven't. Who have we actually tried to sign in that position other than Gabriel Jesus, who, let's be real, lads, ain't a striker? Haaland we could have got when he was at Salzburg, when he went to Dortmund. That was 4 years ago. We didn't. Watkins, he was at Brentford, went to Villa. We didn't. Ivan Toney, Tammy Abraham, Vlahovic, Victor Osimhen. Give me a name of someone that we could have signed, and there's 5, 6, 7, 8. But we haven't. We've stuck with Eddie Nketiah, who doesn't get in the team again today, by the way. Rightly so, in my opinion. But that's how bad he is. He can't get into the side when Jesus is out.
He's our top goal scorer.
And he's our top goal scorer, which is a big worry at the Arsenal when he is your top goal scorer. So Mikel Arteta has to hold that. Now, is it Mikel Arteta's fault solely today? Absolutely not. But when you look at the team that's playing out there, that is underperforming, which one of them is an Arsene Wenger player? Which one of them is an Unai Emery player? Which one of them has been told tactically by Arsene Wenger or Unai Emery to do this? Which one of them needs replacing because he's a Wenger reject? Which one of them has not been signed or given a contract extension or been kept by Mikel Arteta? Every single one of them. Mohamed El Neni is the only guy that's a Wenger player now. All the rest are gone, and he's in Africa. So when you look at it, Mikel Arteta has to look at himself. Is he under pressure? Lee had a big argument with Robbie and Julian, trying to tell him that he wasn't under pressure the other day. Well, he is now. He's under big pressure now because that's another cup he can't win, another Carabao Cup he can't win, and he has to now win a Champions League or a Premier League or have justification as to why he went out of both of them competitions to keep his job. And I'm being serious. I'm not mucking around here. This ain't funny anymore. This ain't, oh my God, Dan's overreactionary. If he loses to Porto, Take care, fella. It's been a pleasure. 4 years has been not enough. Get out. I want someone else in. You've done a lot of good things off the pitch. But I'm telling you this, and Lee would agree with me today. I went to the Emirates today and it was flat in most of the game. There was not enough atmosphere in there. There's not enough singing. This is an FA Cup, yeah, against Liverpool. Okay, we've got them in a draw round that we don't want them in, but this is an FA Cup against Liverpool, and it was at times as if it was a friendly out there. I didn't know everyone around me because of this new ticketing system, which is crap again. So no one knows each other anymore. There's no atmosphere, there's no togetherness, no bond. It's an absolute shambles yet again. 3 games, 1 in 7, and there's no pressure on Mikel Arteta. Ran over judges.
No, listen. You know, I have to agree. I was talking to Russ on the way home on a training day, and talking to Mark just before I got on here. Like, you know, my mate Mark. There's things that, you know, you can't. How can you say hide away from there? Like, you know, and we've all agreed that if he was to go out to Porto, I think that's his lot. You know what I mean? As Russ said and Mark said, top 4 is not good enough now. Like, you know, I have to say that. Like, I don't blame Arteta so much today on the performance today. I'll tell you where I do blame Arteta today is that, you know, at the beginning of the season, you know, he keeps saying to me, and he bangs on about it, that Eddie's he was happy with that front 3 or front 4 to go into this season. He felt it was more important to change a goalkeeper that was certainly at a better level than what Eddie was. So I lay that firmly at his door. I do think that there's certain things that have gone on today that are not great. Ramsdale again today. Look, you know, I'm going to say it now. I thought he played really well. The save that he done in the second half. You know, thanks to him, probably. Thanks to Reece Nelson, he's probably like that was the end of his Arsenal career today, because if he puts away that chance in the first couple of minutes after that pass from him, no one can turn around and say, "Oh, Raya plays a lovely ball, inch perfect ball, messed it up." Now I get Reece played well today, but for me, he's not a replacement for Martinelli or Saka. Saka again today, poor. I'm not putting that down to Arteta, but Arteta keeps playing him. I get why. I said on my interview today, I get why he keeps playing him. But why you keep playing it, trying to play him into form and not the other? I think there's so much unfairness at the way this man manages is incredible. I do. I think it's incredible. Like, I wouldn't want to play for him. I'll tell you this now, right? I don't care. And Mark agreed with me with this today. If Jurgen Klopp's manager of Arsenal today, Arsenal win that game.
Well, right. Klopp wins the game because he changed it at half time. You know?
Yeah, he changes things around. He does different things. He's bold with what he does. He actually does it there. But he's a manager that I'd like to play for. But do you know why? Because he's honest. Puts his arm around when you have to. Does this, does that. What I've seen from Arteta over this last 3 or 4 months, that some of his managing, some of his decisions are shocking, lads. They're shocking. Terrible. You know what I mean? Like, where's the ruthlessness? Where is the ruthlessness for those forwards? They're still playing, but he's ruthless to a goalkeeper. He's been ruthless, by the way, to Trossard. As soon as he has a bad game, out. Out you go, Mr. Trossard, out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Shinchenko, not seen at this moment in time. Now, I walked and I'm not going to say who I was having a conversation with when I'm walking to the ground. I say, does Arteta come under pressure today if we lose Liverpool? No pressure. No pressure. So there you go. You know, I look at it and go, right. So, and then I ask the same question. Why has he got so much? Well, he won the FA Cup. He's not got past the fourth round since.
Yeah, facts, mate.
He's not got past the 4th round since. You know, Jorginho not been used in the last couple of games today. He was sensational today. I thought he was brilliant in the midfield today. Like, you know, why haven't we played him in the last couple of games? Why? When Havertz weren't playing, why wasn't he playing? Why are we playing Trossard in there? You know, I get some of the reasons why, but these are questions that are on the manager. They're all down to him. Decision making. I look at it and go, like, you know, look, listen, before everybody says, "Oh, let's get him out now" and all that, like he has a chance to redeem. He's got the Champions League. If he goes on and wins the Champions League, you're gonna everybody that's you can't argue with that. Or he goes on and wins the league. He's not going to do that with the way it's going. Do you know what? I don't sit too far from Arteta, and every chance that he's being missed, he's putting his head in his hands. He's going, I laugh at him. Oh, good. Well, good. I hope you really are hurting, Mikel, because it's you that's done that. Your decisions. So when they're missing chances, don't you dare hold your hands up and think that because you had an opportunity to do that at the beginning of the season. I don't know if he's gone to Edu and Edu might turn around and say, we can get this right. No, I'm going to put in my goalkeeper. I want another goalkeeper. I'm not going to go for it like, you know what I mean? Kai Havertz today, I thought done well, apart from when he was in front of goal.
Can I just quickly say, because someone just put up a brilliant comment. We had Emi Martinez in goal. I thought he was all right. He's doing all right at the moment. Won a World Cup. Done quite well. Apparently, we spent £70 million since we sold Emi Martinez. We already had a goalkeeper. We spent £70 million to try and get better, and we haven't got better than Emi Martinez. Sorry, I just wanted to chuck that in there, Lee. Go on, please continue.
And I'm not going to argue with that. I don't think, I'll be honest. Martinez, Ramsdale, I think Ramsdale done well for last season, but let's go back to Martinez. Martinez won us the FA Cup. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't have won the FA Cup. He was fantastic. He was fantastic for 6 months of that season. 6 months. He was then dumped. Right? Fair enough. Leno was back in goal, not a bad goalkeeper, but you're telling me, I'm telling you, I know what one was best. Seen it with my own eyes. Dumped for Ramsdale. Ramsdale gets you to top 4. Dumped for another goalkeeper. And then that entire time, I have heard him say, yeah, Eddie works hard in training. Eddie does this in training. Yeah. And there he is, running out again with a reserve team against Liverpool, 1-0 down, and doing jack shit again. So when you're saying like, oh, well, this and that, like, you know what I mean? No, I have fucking idiots getting on social media, friends and all that. Oh, this is how you support Mikel. Where are you now? They've gone in hiding. Because at the end of the day, you can't. If you continue, look, when you're winning, all these people chirping on about that, and it's great. And I get that. Getting in your ear hole, like support the team and all that. Like, I love it when Arsenal win, and I want to be proved wrong. But when I see what I'm seeing now, I don't. Where are these people? Now I'm going to be right on with you. I'm not saying that he should be sacked, but my God, I don't want to hear anybody come up to me and say that this manager's not under pressure. 2 domestic cups gone out to West Ham and Liverpool, 1 at home, 1 away in the first round. Yeah, like at home today, I am telling you this now. This man should be under pressure. 1, he should be under pressure because he's not winning games of football, right? 2, he keeps making decisions that I don't understand, and I don't know what's going on with it, right? And 3, I don't know why, right? Why he gets a free pass. Now, listen, I'm not ranting about. Like, I actually, when I watched the game today, I can't actually say that we were that bad. I thought it was a good performance and all that, like. But when I get home and you start sitting, I've seen chances being missed and all that, like. I've had to walk out today to today's game after I've done my interview and all that, right? Bumped into about 50 Scousers walking up to the thing, taking the piss out of us.
Of course they are.
Taking the piss, saying, like, that's our reserve side. When we bring our first team back next week or whenever it is, we'll do you again. I'm fed up with it, like, you know what I mean? They're nowhere near as good as us at this moment in time, and we can't beat them. Why can't we beat a poor Liverpool side? Why can't we beat them when we're a better team than at Anfield? Something's not right. And it comes down to the manager now, like, he has to sort this out. And I'm afraid that what's winding me up is not the performances from the team, not the missing chances. It's people and fans walking out of these grounds under no pressure. These same people, when I go up to it, I've had a row with Robbie and Julian, like, yes, Eddie Howe should be under pressure. They're saying that. But when it comes to work, is he under pressure? No. Why should he be under pressure? He's got us to the top 4. Well, so was fucking Eddie. But everybody, I heard it, Dan. I heard it the other day, and I'm not picking on people. They've just what they said. If Eddie loses against Sunderland, is he? Yeah, he's got to go. Got to be sacked. Not good enough. Eight defeats. 1 in 8 defeats. He's got to, he's got to go. Well, Eddie's how many's Arteta on now? 1 in 6, did you say, Dan?
1 in 7.
1 in 7 games without. So he's won 1 in 7 games. Is that correct?
Apparently.
Right. I don't. Well, if someone could that.
If someone
he's gone out
that was sent to me though. 1 in 7. I'm sure it is. I can't think who the one is now. I can't remember. Brighton. There you go.
We beat Brighton, didn't we? So we lost to Aston Villa.
We lost to West Ham. We've lost to Fulham. We lost to Villa. We lost to West Ham again in the Carabao. We drew to Liverpool. That's 5, and we've lost to Liverpool. And we lost to Fulham. So, yeah, 1 in 7. Who did we beat there? Brighton, yeah. Brighton. So it is 1 in 7.
That's 1 in 7 games, like, you know what I mean? So you got people turning around and saying, yeah, he should be sacked because he's got 1 in 8. There you go. I'm not saying he should be sacked, by the way. I'm still firmly on, like, you know what I mean? He's got the Champions League and whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I'm telling you this now, like, yeah. He should be under pressure, and it should be felt from the top, from the fans, and everything. Like, you know what I mean? How many times did you hear the Super Mikel song today, Dan?
Don't talk to me about that song, bro.
How many times did you hear it?
No.
I used to hear it. It was like, like 20 times. Here we go again, 20 times. I can't remember. I think it went once today, and it didn't.
Yeah, twice I heard it. One in the concourse and one on the ground.
Fans are happy a bit,
Well, the song is pathetic, by the way. It needs changing. I can't believe people are still singing Tierney at the back when he's been playing in Spain for 6 months. It's absolutely embarrassing, if I'm honest. On our way to the Champions League, when we're already playing in it. I mean, what is that song? Get rid of it. Actually sing some songs which make sense, this fan base. You got Shake It El Neni before the game. The geezer's in Africa. What are we singing him for? Let's actually bloody sing some songs that are actually going to get the fans up for it, yeah? Jesus Christ. In that ground today, honestly, it was, might as well, I think Fergus was shouting behind me, where's your sofas gone? Because it was as if we were all on armchairs watching the game because we weren't at the ground. It was absolutely flat as anything. Trying to get the crowd up was a nightmare. And then Liverpool, to be fair to them, they were absolutely silent for all the game until they then get the goal. And then, oh my God, they're at Anfield then. So listen, man, there's a lot of problems. And Adrian, look, I haven't spoken to you as long as Lee has, so I know that you're quite happy with where Arteta has taken us to. But do you have question marks at all? Do you have concerns, bro?
Well, yeah, I do now. He's under pressure because it's his team, isn't it? It's not. We can't have excuses of old Wenger players or anything like that. And we went to a new level last year, which was unbelievable. But we're not at that level this year. And it's cutthroat, isn't it, football? And when you're at the very, very top, as a player and as a manager, they rise to the top. Cream to the top. Don't they? Like Klopp outdone him today. Yeah, we've got to take the chances. Yes, we've 40 odd shots in the last 2 games, and we ain't scored a goal. But when it comes down to games like today, Klopp's got him in at half time, hasn't he? And he's I don't know what he said, but he swapped it around because he saw something that was that he could exploit. And second half, Liverpool they come at us, and you could see the writing was on the wall. It was one of those games where, and we've all played in them, haven't we, Lee? Where you get chance after chance, and a team stays in it because you're not taking them, and then you get sucker punched with a goal, and that's exactly what happened today. But it shouldn't be happening when we're having 40 odd shots in 2 games and we ain't scored. I mean, what's going on? That just cries out to me, because we're creating chances, we're having shots on goal, but we ain't scoring them. And I said it in the last podcast that we were on. I said, I'm worried about the back line because our back line's good enough to win a Premier League. They will keep us in games. The strikers win your games, the defenders win your leagues. We've said it so many times, and it's an absolute classic today. And the last 2 games that we've lost, that we are crying out for a decent centre forward that's going to put the ball in the back in there. Arsenal have always had a world-class centre forward. And since Van Persie has gone, we ain't had it. I mean, look, Giroud wouldn't have missed chances like that today. You know, I said it to my brother on the phone. I said, Giroud would have scored today. And he's not a world-class striker, is he? You know, and the thing is, what worries me is if we continue down this road, our better players are going to think, you know, do I want to carry on with this? And, you know, we go back to Arteta, he is under pressure now. You know, you can't, some of the decisions that he makes, I mean, and, you know, we're talking about Eddie Nketiah. He hasn't played today, and he's come on with, what, 10, 12 minutes to go? I don't get it.
But
surely
you know what, Adrian,
on that
point, right? On that point, just quickly, because you make a good point about the subs. I said this, right? I don't mind him making substitutions whenever he wants. Bit silly, right? At the end of the game. But change it up.
You make a substitution, Dan, and make a difference, right?
Precisely. So make it a difference. Change it up. Don't play your like for like. Eddie's coming off for Havertz. Smith Rowe's coming on for Odegaard or whatever it was. Every single position is just take one out, put another one in. Why can't you put Martinelli through the middle and maybe put Smith Rowe left? Why try that? Martinelli might do more than what Havertz is doing because he was a statue for the last half an hour. Let's be real. Yeah, until he come off. So for me, change it up, make it a plan B. There's no plan B, Adrian. We used to have.
I agree.
Olivier Giroud was a great plan B option. Bring on different dimension striker, fling some crosses in. Kieran Tierney, Kai Havertz, there's your plan B. Something like that. One's out in Spain and one of them, he don't know where to play him. Let's be real. Let's be brutally honest. He doesn't have a clue where to play. He's put £65 million. Now, we can't now afford a striker on, and he don't know where to play him. The guy has not got a position. He come out in the interview and said he's a midfielder, and he's not playing him there now. He's now flinging him up top. He don't know what to do with him. And I didn't think Kai Havertz was amazing today, like some people thought. I saw him miss from 5 yards of his head, and I saw him having to score a goal with his first strike, and he took a touch and fluffed it. So that ain't a good game for me. Yeah,
he might. He's played well. He's played well,
because he's a Mikel boy for 65 million. He's another one who ain't good enough, mate. I tell you that now.
No, I agree. I mean, he done everything right today. Actually, he's played well, but put the ball in the back of the net. And if you're playing up front, that's your job, isn't it?
It's a job. That's what you do.
I said to you, Dan, didn't I? I was speaking to you on text. I said, if there's ever a turning point for Arsenal at the moment, is either we'll go out, he'll look at the whole club will look at themselves today and think, right, we're not scoring goals. I said on the last podcast, I'm worried up front. We're not scoring like we did last year. Teams have figured us out. You know, we need a plan B where you've got someone like Giroud who would have maybe have come on today and we would have got crosses into the box. You know, a Tony would be, you know, he's 6'3", 4", powerhouse. You know, that is your plan B, isn't it? If you're going to play how we want to play and tear teams apart, which we are not doing this year, and that's not, you know, that's from the beginning of the season. We ain't torn anyone apart. You know, we're not scoring goals, and we don't. Where are we going to get the goals from? You know, we haven't, like you say, we haven't got that plan B. You bring Tony in, you know, you've got that chance to get the ball wide and get crosses in because teams are forcing us down the wings at the moment because they're doubling up on Martinelli and Saka, and they're coming inside into a crowd of players, and they're not as effective anymore. You know, he needs crying out for a striker.
We opened them up on numerous occasions today.
Yeah, we have.
Like, we pressed high. We won the ball. I remember
we played well
when
today. Today.
Rice won it. You know, we've done everything that we had to do. You know, like the style of the play of today, no fault. We opened them up. Odegaard was causing problems and all that. But when we had the chance to shoot, how many more times is Odegaard going to get into positions and not shoot?
Facts, mate.
He done it again today.
Yeah.
Get it in today. You know,
walk the ball in the back in there.
That Diaz for his goal. He didn't want a second. He didn't want to cut inside, and he just rips it into the back of the net. No, you know, we haven't got that in our team. You know what I mean? Someone that, like, there was 3 or 4 times today when we could have shot, we decided to pass. There was 3 or 4 times instead of shooting, we had to have an extra touch.
Yeah, great.
You know, Havertz was guilty on that on 3 occasions when he had to have an extra touch. Time gone. There was a save from Ben White where it was a shot from 20 odd yards. That's great. Not enough of that. And it's happened again, like, you know what I mean? So,
well, go back to the Spurs game last year when we won 2-0 and Odegaard's he got the ball and he struck from what 20, 25, 20 yards. You know, he could have. How many times could he have done that today? I mean, he was really good today, played really well. But again, it's that ruthlessness up front, and we're not putting the ball in. You know, goals win your matches, don't they? And we're not scoring them. You know, you can't create how many chances we're creating and not see that we don't need a world-class striker. I know they're harder to get these days, and you know, money might be tight because of financial fair play. I don't know you don't know what's going on behind the scenes with that. You know, like I said to Dan before we come on, you know, Eddie hasn't played today. That did surprise me a little bit, thinking, you know, Jesus has gone out injured.
Why? Why'd that surprise you?
Well, I'm just trying to think of what might, you know, it probably isn't, but what might be going on behind the scenes. You know, he's a homegrown player, so if he is, and there's rumours that he might be off to Palace, I don't know. You know,
that's what people are saying. That's why he didn't play. That is what people are saying.
That's what I'm. Yeah, mate. I'm hoping it is that, because at the end of the day, if we got if you got 40 million for him, you get 40 million for him, or whatever, or you know, that's money, homegrown money, in it. You know, there's no add-ons to any club. It possibly might be. I'm hoping really that it could be money that we could go and get a striker. But the way Arteta's talking after the game, it looks like it ain't going to happen, is it?
Well, if it doesn't happen, I don't know about you, but I have got serious concerns with how we run as a club. Because if we're going to leave 8 transfer windows, we're going to get into our 9th transfer window and still not buy a striker. Yeah. That is a massive issue for me, particularly now that one's just got injured for apparently a long time. We don't know how long it is, right? But he is, let's be real, even if he comes back next week, he is going to get injured again. There is something wrong with that boy's knees. You don't have 4 knee operations in 1 year.
Dan, we said this last season. Do you remember last season? We turned around like this. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. Let's call it how it is. We said last season, I said it, when he went down in December and got injured, was in December, right? Oh, wait till we get Jesus back. I was one of those people saying he might not come back the same player without an injury. Like, who knows? You don't know, like, you know. Well, he hasn't, because he's had 2 operations on it. And now he's got to have I don't know what's going on. There's another issue with him, like, you know? So you've gone through 2 transfer windows now, knowing this, right? We went through, as I think it was Russell said to me today. Russ said, which was a good point. When Timber got injured, it was still in the transfer window, by the way. He didn't get injured outside the transfer window, and you think to yourself, oh, that's so unlucky. He actually got injured in the transfer window
as well. On top of that, while is the
so you knew, so you knew that he weren't going to be about for the whole season, but you still chose to do nothing, right? So it's on everybody at the end of the day. All of this, like, you know what I mean? There's a lots of things.
He didn't need to do anything. He didn't need to do anything there, because we had Zinchenko and we had Tierney at the time. What he should have done.
Zinchenko, by the way, was injured at the time. Zinchenko was injured at the time. If you remember rightly, he had a calf injury, which kept him out of pre-season and the American tour. Yeah.
But Tierney
what's he injured with now?
Tierney was there.
Yeah, what is he injured with now?
I don't know.
What is Zinchenko injured with now?
I don't know, but he needs to get
calf injury. Yeah, so it must be a recurrence of what he's doing and all that, like, you know. So I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like, you know, these shortness of squad and relying on players that are injured. Thomas Partey's always injured. We know that. Where is Thomas Partey now? Oh, he's injured. Tommy Asu, he's done very, very, very well. Where was Tommy Asu before he went into Asia? Where was he?
Injured.
Injured. You know,
the thing is, what he needs to do. What he needs to do now. What I'd like to see tomorrow is he goes to Sociedad and goes, right, I'm getting you back, and pull him back in, because do you know
don't want to come back.
Yeah, but he doesn't, because he's playing, isn't he? Because he's playing and he's not been treated very well. But he's an Arsenal player, and you know, Kivio, I feel for him, because when he plays centre half, you know, and he had some big games last year and played centre half and did well. He's not a left back. He's getting. I mean, watching him again today, he's getting outpaced so easily, and I feel for him, because he ain't a left back. You know, he's a centre half at the end of the day. And what you should do now is take him out of there, go and get Tierney back. Say to Tierney, right, look, you know, you're in now. You know, you're back in. You're going to play, and you know, and get a striker. Go and pay the money to get Tony in, because we've got to do something. We're not scoring goals. We're just not scoring at all. We're creating chances, but we're not scoring. That's what wins your football matches at the end of the day. If you're not putting the ball in the back of the net, you ain't going to win. So, I'd like to see two things for me. You go and get Tierney back tomorrow. You pull him back, and whether he wants to come back or not, he's an Arsenal player. He's got to come back, and he plays him and gives him a chance back in the side, because he's a bloody good defender, Tierney, isn't he? And when you do watch him when he gets forward, he does get round players and puts crosses in. Shevchenko's not been doing it, so that cures your left back problem. And what cures your front line is going to spend the money on a world class striker. There's two out there. You got Osimhen at Napoli. He's only signed a new contract, whatever. But I'm sure there's going to be a clause in there somewhere. Or you go and get Tony, and Tony would be the one for me. It would be an easier signing, because Brentford, you whack to 100 whatever million it is, they're going to sell him. But we've got to do something, because he's under pressure now. He's under pressure. But
just quick, do you know what? Right, you're absolutely fact in everything you're saying, Adrian. Now, I don't think Tierney wants to come back. Apparently, why would he? Would you? He's not going to play. He's going to, as soon as Zinchenko comes back again, he's back on the bench, isn't he? He'd rather go and play first team football. Player. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and I would go and do it. Say, sorry, KT, you're coming back, man. I need you, right? Yeah. But he will say, he can in his right mind say, I don't want to come back, mate. Why do you want me? I don't want to play for you.
Yeah, but he has to.
Yeah, I know he has to, but this is where I'm getting at. The other problem I've got is we've got a serious issue defending set pieces and taking them, boys. Serious problem here, because Nicholas Yeovil was brought in as a set piece coach 18 months ago, and it was only that we started to look at set pieces, and I started seeing this man pop up every set piece, defending one, taking one. Then I look at it and I think, bloody hell, who is this man? Because we ain't conceded a set piece since he's been in place. We conceded 2 all season before last, right? And we had a situation where we weren't really having a problem scoring from them either. Gabriel, Saliba, all these guys were getting up, right? Even Ben White at times was scoring goals. Tomiyasu. Now, what a shambles. We can't take a corner without it hitting the first man. It can't beat the first man.
Yeah, I said
and
that
when it does beat the first man, the keeper goes, cheers. Every single set piece that we take, whether it's a cross, whether it's a free kick, whether it's a corner, same thing. Is that, boys, a plan in training going wrong? Because it's Trossard doing it, Saka doing it, Ødegaard, Martinelli, all of them, all goes to the same place. You can know where it's going. That must be something they're trying to work in training that ain't working. And my answer is,
they're not working on it.
Or they're not working on it. And that's what it looks like, Aid. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. It looks like they ain't worked. They've ever taken a set piece. Trossard, if I see him take another corner and it don't beat the first man, he should be docked wages, mate. It's getting that bad. That's how poor it is.
I'm sorry, no professional footballer should ever drop a corner in front post. It should be every time they should get it in.
But look at their cross, Aid, the goal. Look at that ball from Trent.
Yeah, it was an awesome delivery. It caused problems. It caused problems, didn't it? And unfortunately for Kivior, he's put it in his own net. But
well, I'll tell you what, we had more corners than they did, and we never looked dangerous on any of them. I didn't think we looked dangerous on any. They looked. I thought we defended everything quite well today. You know what I mean? Apart from that one, if I'll be really honest.
Well, it's just unlucky.
Saliba had Nunez's number. I know he had a couple of poor passes, but Saliba had Nunez's number. I didn't think they looked an absolute threat going forward. I thought they were actually quite poor.
I never thought that they were going to score. Dan, I'm sitting here today. It's just a matter. I'm not being biased when I say this. I'm sitting there thinking, well, it's either a 0-0, which we don't want with the replay, or we nick it 1-0 because it looked like one. I didn't see them as a threat until they brought those bloody kids on. Whether we just thought, oh, that's it, and started to relax, I don't know. But they had chances after that. I know they hit the bar a couple of times, but so did we. You know what I mean? I don't think that. We was being stretched by an imagination. I thought that, what's his name? The right-sided player for them, Harvey
Elliott.
What's his name? Harvey Elliott. He done nothing. Didn't look good. Diaz looked very, very quiet. Nunes as quiet as anything. Didn't have a shot. All of a sudden, when we're going for it at the end, at the end of the day, more ruthless than us. Look at the way they finished that second goal. That's what I want to see Arsenal doing. Look at the way he done that. To look at the way when Saka went through. Saka's got he's in front of Gomez. What's he trying to do? He tries to flick it back. Why don't you just keep powering through? I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? Like, some of the play today was really, really.
Well, Lee, we overrun them first half. We didn't get a goal, which was criminal, really, because of the chances. You know, we played really, really well. But again, you can play really, really well, and you don't win football matches if you don't put the ball in there. And the thing is, like I said, I'll say it again. Klopp's got him in at half time. He's made one swap. All he did was put Diaz and Nunes. He swapped them over on different flanks. So he's seen something that either Diaz can do something on the right or the other way around, Nunes on the left. And he's come in second half, and they were decent second half. Liverpool. They put us under pressure. Nothing like the first half, you know. And it made a difference. They've won the game, and we haven't. It's like, yeah, this is where managers. This is where the managers come into account. You've got to look at Arteta now a little bit. You know, he's under pressure. He's under pressure.
But where do we go from here, Aid? We go to Dubai, right? And it's winter blood. This is their treat, by the way. They get to go to Dubai now. Unbelievable, isn't it? You know, and like I said, I was saying the other day, Alan, who sits behind me, bless him, he's going to Arsenal since the bloody 50s. He says to me, right, Cedric's there, look, he's warming up, running up and down. 80k a week he's on, and he's running like this. Oh, I'm going to Dubai in a few days. That'd be lovely. 80k decoration. Might as well just be a hologram.
In the world, then, by the way.
What a job! I mean, an unbelievable job. He gets to keep fit every day. Now he's going to Dubai. 80k a week. Do me a favour, Cedric. What do you need me to do today, boss? I don't want you to do anything. I just want you to run up and down there, all right? And then look like you might want to come on at some point. You're only a decoration. I ain't going to bring you on. Oh no, you won't be coming on, son. But cheers. Go and run up and down there. What a waste that is.
Well, that's why we can't get rid of him, Dan. He's on 80k a week.
Well, this is it, mate. And whose player is he?
He's got the best job going. He goes to every game, free travel, free food, free stopovers in hotels. You know what I mean? He ain't got to pay for his hotel. He's 5-star. I don't get 5-star. It's a joke. You know what I mean? Like, it gets a lift to the ground and back. You know what I mean? He's got the job of it. And he gets to get the kit on and don't have to pay for it. You know, he gets all the C-shirt, all the warm-up tops for nothing. I'll tell you what, like, you know what I mean? What a job he's got.
He's living the dream, man. Listen, boys, seriously, man.
He's living the dream.
It is, man. We go to Dubai, and I want serious answers when we come back from Dubai, man. We've got Palace at home. That is no excuses not to win that game. We're at home. It's Palace. They're poor at the moment. They've got problems, injuries. They've got Roy Hodgson. No one wants them there. We don't win that game. I think it is time to look at where we're going as a football club. So what do we actually want to see? Because it's fair enough saying you want to see a striker being brought in. You want to see that. But would filling Ivan Toney into that side now mean we win the league? Probably not. There's a lot more we need to work on. That will help, by the way, for me. But actually, what is it that we need? Let's start with you, Aid, and then we'll come to Lee. Because for me, I need to see some of the MIKEL ARTETA Arsenal that I saw of last season, which I was proud, looking forward to, excited to watch. I ain't enjoyed this season, Aid. I ain't gone to any game yet and gone, wow. Because mentally, there's a big problem here. And I said this on my fan cam earlier, and I'll say it again. Every single hurdle and challenge we've either fallen at or failed this season so far, other than one, Man City. We beat them at home. Right, that is the only thing that we've done. We haven't been able to beat Fulham home or away. Right, we've gone and we're going through the Champions League group, which, let's be real, was a Europa League group, wasn't it? But was fair enough. We went through it. Right. Other than that, North London derby, we were poor. Stamford Bridge, we failed to win. Anfield, we failed to win. Villa Park failed to win. St James Park failed to win. Failed to win today in the FA Cup. Failed to win in the Carabao Cup. And there's other games that we've drew that we've been disappointed about. Right. So for me, there's mentally something wrong still, because you cannot go to those grounds and lose those games, but we have, or we haven't won them. So I need to see a mentality shift, and I need to see us back to where we were excited last season, Aid. I don't know how we're going to do that, but I need to see it, man.
Well, the thing is, we haven't got the personnel that we had last season, have we? I mean, Xhaka was, you know, I know he had a tough time, didn't he? But, you know, under Arteta, he was outstanding. And I would like to know why he actually we let him go, because I'm not really sure what happened. But I mean, I would have kept him, wouldn't you? You know how well we played that year. Or I don't know whether he wanted to go back. Who knows?
Another year, 100%.
But when you lose, I mean, this is where you could go back to Arteta about Partey. You know, I know he's been injured. I get that. But when he played at the beginning of the season, he's playing right back. I mean, what is that all about? You know, he was outstanding for us last year. But it's all about partnerships, isn't it? When you're playing football, it's not about individual players. It's about how you play as a team. And when you've got things working in there, like it was Odegaard, Xhaka, Partey, it makes a massive difference for your front three as well. And we haven't had two of those in that midfield this year because we've lost Xhaka and we lost Partey very early. And then we spent 60 odd million on Havertz, who has actually started to come a little bit good. He's got better, but he's not what we had last year. And when you take two big players out like that out of any side, that it's your engine room, your middle of the park, it makes a huge difference. So my first question is, again, Partey injured, but why is he stuck him in at right back at the beginning of the season? Don't get that at all. And then he goes out. You then, we're talking about what you're looking for going forward. To answer your question is, he's got this break that they're going to have. He's got to come back, and something's got to change because we're not scoring goals at the moment, and that's what wins your football matches. So either he works on something else in training that gets the goals that we need from our front three and midfield, by the way, because Odegaard's not scoring. Or he goes out and the club go out and get a striker, because I've said it how many times on this already, 47 shots in 2 games and no goals. So we're creating chances, but why aren't we putting them in the back of the net? Again, you made a good point about Jesus. He's got injured again. We don't know what's going on there. Nketiah, you don't know what's gone on today. Maybe he's not off. I don't know, but you can't create chances like that and not score. You just cannot do it. It doesn't matter who you are as a football club. You've got to be putting the ball in there. And the thing is, when you don't put the ball in there, it puts pressure on the back line and the midfield as you go deeper into games. Because then you start hunting for you start doing different things, don't you, to try and get a goal because you're desperate. And then the way you want to play goes out the window. There are problems there at the moment, and Arteta has got. This is where he probably looks like naive as a manager, because every time we've come up against teams this year who are experienced managers who have been there, done it, and the likes of sorry, I've got the West Ham manager's name now. Jesus Christ, Moyes. They've come up with game plans now that are beating us. And Arteta's the job of the manager now is to change something to, counteract that. And we played really well today. We did what we in today's game, which we haven't done in the last two, is press really high up top, make it difficult for teams, win the ball back. But we've done that really well today, but still haven't put the ball in the net. And you don't score goals, don't win football matches. I'm sorry.
You don't, man. You don't. And listen, guys, there's over 1,300 of you in here. It's amazing stuff. Please do us a favor. Make sure you smash a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel also. Lee, what are you expecting in the next couple of weeks, bruv?
Well, I expect him to get a nice suntan. Ben White.
Ben White don't need one, I tell you. Ben White don't need one. Have you seen him?
No.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Ben White will be the first one to the sunbeds. He'll get the towels out, and they're all diving the pool and miss the pool and bang their heads on the side. You know what I mean? They couldn't finish nothing, So, but no, seriously, I'm going to say it today. I enjoyed watching Arsenal today, apart from the finisher. I thought that was a good performance. I enjoyed the way we played. It was an enjoyable game. I liked it. I actually sat there at the Fulham game furious by the way we played and everything like that. Furious. This one, just a little bit of frustration, like the West Ham game, but things have got to change now. They need to get on the break, have a bit of a rest. I'm fed up with hearing Ben White's injured. I bet, as I say, he'd be the first one to the sunbeds. I'm fed up with people saying about Saka needs a rest and all that. Like, they're going to get that now. They're going to get a nice few days rest. What they do now is I'm pretty sure what they did last time. They go. Most of them go on holiday for a few, get out to Dubai, have 4 days with their families and out there, or 4 or 5 days, and then they start training and doing all that, And the greatest thing about warm weather training, which is something we never had, Aid, was you can do a lot of standing around, pushing people, like coaching and things of how to do different things and all that without getting freezing cold. So it's a perfect opportunity to start dusting down some and working on some certain things and all that, working on confidence, working on, just putting your foot through the ball, decision making. Sit down with them, with your pina colada by the pool, telling them what decision making and everything like that, and when to shoot, when not.
I'll tell you something. When was the last time we said Arsenal need a break to sort things out? On this cast I've only been on it a season. Last year, whenever it comes to a break, it was like, we don't need it, because we worried that it would change.
That's a great point.
We do need this break, and I agree with you entirely, Dan. He's got to come back and he's got to smash Palace. He's got to get a result.
Before anybody starts losing, Harry, do not come in there with a cockerel on there saying another trophyless season. Like, you fucking know all about that. You know all about that, Harry.
You would know all about that.
Christ, you know what I mean? Like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Good old Harry, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, like, you know what I mean? Like, that did make me laugh. Oh, Harry made me laugh there, like, you know what I mean? So, do you know what? I forgot what I was going to say now. Like, yeah, we have needed a. We do. It's a great point. We do need a little bit of a break now. Like, I do think that it's come at a right time. It's come at a right time. Maybe we can get 1 or 2 players back. Like, hopefully we can get a couple of, Partey coming back. Like, let's wait and see. I think from last season, like, like Shinchenko, I don't care what anybody says. You can slag him off, do whatever you want. Like, he's missed for me, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not been playing through, so hopefully we can get him back to form, like, I'm going to say it now. Kivio, like, needs a bit of an arm around him and all that. I think another one that's been left out to dry a little bit, very difficult. People say about him, it's very, very difficult to say, right, yeah, we need a player to come in for Saliba. We need a cover for Saliba. We need cover for Gabriel. Got cover for Gabriel, but he hardly ever plays because Gabriel and Saliba are fucking brilliant. Yeah. So the only positions he's going to get is the odd cup game or play at left back, and he's just been sort of made out to be another one, a little bit of a.
Your fullbacks in the Premier League need to be quick. They need to be sharp.
Well, I thought he was quick. He was quick, this fella.
No,
he's his brother.
He players, the Fulham game, they're getting past him and gaining yards when running with the ball.
He broke all the records in training for being the quickest ever. Quicker than Bellerin, quicker than Walcott. I've seen him run. He ain't
rubbish.
Quick,
not a chance. He's not a fullback. And I agree with you. I think he's been hung out to dry a little bit.
What's
frustrating me?
How many more left backs are we going to see in this position before we actually go and buy one? If you don't want Tierney, that's fine. But we can't have Tierney. He can't play the inverted role. Now we're playing this dude here. What's going on here?
I know. Again, don't it piss you off a little bit? Arteta? Yeah, don't it piss you off a little bit at Arteta in the week?
No, what?
Talking about Uran Timber when we ain't putting the ball in the back of the net.
100%.
So why are we talking about left back? Why are we saying left back's our problem? It's not. Scoring goals is our problem.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't get
someone said to me today, I've got to ask this question. Someone said to me today, I've just seen it come up in the chat a little bit there. Is Mikel holding us back, right? Or are we really just a 4th, 5th, 6th team that just had an exceptional one-off season last year that can't be replicated?
We've got to remember 5-6 games ago, we were top of the league and we weren't playing well. And now we've been found out a little bit, and this is where he's got to earn his money, isn't he, Arteta? So he is under pressure, and he's got to do something that's to change this, because that's what big managers do at big clubs. You know, so
managers win games, AD. We only have to look at this morning, like, you know what I mean? Managers win games, you know what I mean? Like.
I was wondering when it was going to come up, but yeah.
Well, yes. Let's talk about that.
Well, you know, you came on today, stopped us playing through the middle, and you know, I said to you, you played very well. But again, it doesn't matter. A manager, when things aren't going right, is where it's, you know, is where you make.
And you have to say, with Klopp today, what I'm saying is, you are right. He changed. He changed.
Yeah.
It did change a little bit and all that. It didn't stem the flow of the game, I feel. It probably stemmed the chances a little bit more. I think they went a little bit longer, didn't they? Weren't taking those risks so much when Declan Rice was winning the ball and everything like that. But realistically, we shouldn't have given him the opportunity to make those changes.
No,
we should have been 3 or 4-0 up.
Alan Shearer doesn't say he doesn't really like Arsenal, Alan Shearer, does he? And he's saying Arsenal should be out of sight. Yeah, and then Klopp's like rubbing his hands together. You know, how are we still in this game? So what? Let me think about it. Right, I'm a world-class manager. I've seen something. I'm going to change something, and he did. And look what happened. You know, we lost the game.
Yeah,
and we should we should not lose. And that's where you've got to ask questions of your manager. I mean, I'm sitting there watching it, and he's making 2 substitutes with Smith Rowe coming on, and I thought that was poor. Like 3 minutes from the end, what was he doing? Yeah, he's just desperate.
Yeah, not being horrible. Like, even if we go up to Anfield, we ain't going to win that game.
No,
do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I just, you know, you had the chance to win it home, and we blew it.
1-0 down. I'd like to go to Dubai. We have to cancel it if we score. Let's just leave it. We're out.
I said that. I said we've gone 1-0 down. I think
it does make you wonder, doesn't it? You know, obviously I know that ain't true, but it does make you wonder. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Listen, I know we've got to come to a close, but we've got to just talk about it. Just lastly, give you this last question to throw out before we wrap up. We need a striker. I don't care what anybody says. You can sit there and tell, well, Martinelli can play there, Havertz can play there, Trossard, Eddie, blah, blah, blah. We need a centre forward that can put the ball in the back of the net. Are we going to get one, Lee Judges, in January? Well, we're in January. Are we going to get a centre forward, whether it be Ivan Toney?
No. Listen, I'm going to say this now. I'll be really honest with you, boys. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal don't sign anybody. I'm going to say that now. Though. I'm not holding out for anybody. I'm not excited. I'm one of these people. I'll be really honest. I'm not going to be looking at transfer talk and this and that and all that, like a transfer on Sky, transfer whether you want to watch it or whatever on AFTV or wherever you want to watch it. I'm not interested because I've done it all before. Do you know what I mean? Like, and been left out. January transfer window is January to us Arsenal fans. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we had the chance to get a proper striker in January, in the summer, and we didn't. You ain't going to get that in January, boys. You ain't. You might get something like, you know, look at our 3 signings of last season. Trossard, Jorginho and Kivior, all squad players. It ain't going to happen, like, you know what I mean?
So who's accountable for that then, Lee? Because there needs to be accountability at this club for that.
The difference is we were winning.
The accountability is Arteta, because he's turned around. Dan, you can say what you like. He's back. He has told us on many occasions that Eddie is impressing in training. He's doing this and doing that. Well, he must be fucking brilliant in training. Like, they must win 10-0 in training every week. Because when it comes to playing at the Emirates, I hope that, you know, maybe they should move the ground to London Coney. He might play fucking well there, because when it's at the Emirates, he ain't.
Well, the thing is, Eddie ain't played.
I'm sorry, you know what I mean?
Like, aren't we?
The reason that Arsenal are not scoring goals and is down to the manager, because he has backed these players. Saka, Martinelli, and Eddie were not his players, right? Let's be honest with that. When he arrived, they were there, right? Every one of them, 3 of them, have all been given new contracts by the new manager. Yes or no?
Yeah, but rightly so.
Facts.
And rightly so. So they're his men now. They're his men because he's chose to keep them there. They're his men. Jesus is his man. He signed him, like, you know. Trossard's his man.
I kind of understand why he didn't sign a striker because of how we played last year, because we were scoring left, right, and centre. What the difference is now is, I'll say it again, teams have figured us out, and a world-class manager will do something about it. And this is why he's under pressure now, because he has to do something about it. We can sit here all day long and say, yeah, we need a striker, and on current form and what's been going on this season, yes, we do. But and the only striker you are going to get this January transfer window is Tony, because you ain't going to get Osimhen from Napoli, and there ain't anyone else. So there's a problem that we didn't have last year because we were scoring, and I understand why he hasn't signed a striker in the summer, because none of us have really said we needed one, did we? But now he's got a problem because we ain't scoring goals with what we've got. And we're not creating as many chances because teams, good managers, are figuring us out and doing things differently against us. And that's now down to the manager to change it and do something different. Plan B, as we talk about, right? And what's happening now, because we're not winning football matches, things are happening in games where we're not winning and we're losing. And that's down to the manager at the end of the day. He's got to do something different. So we need a world-class striker. Arsenal Football Club have always had world-class strikers, and we ain't got one. And look, you've only got to look at Jesus coming in for us last year, and Man City going, right, we're going to go get Haaland. And look what happened. Took them to the level that they had to be at to win the Champions League, and then won 3 trophies last year. I know it's Man City. I know they've got world-class players, blah, blah, blah. But they've got someone in Haaland who's got 50, 60 goals. They're not out there anymore. They're gold dust strikers. You've got to be brave as a club and go and get someone.
I will say this in his defence, right? Haaland, yes, you know what I mean. What they went and done that, like Liverpool went and spent 80 million, right, on that Núñez, right, to be that goal scorer.
Yeah, Benfica lost all the way to the bank.
He ain't. I remember me and Dan were saying, "Oh, we're going to get that Núñez from Benfica." Like he looks, it ain't always guaranteed that you're going to go out there and get that. So I understand why you're going to be a little bit hesitant on it.
Yeah,
like Jesus, when you say he's a world class striker, I wouldn't say he's world class. I think he's a class forward, but he's not a class striker, is he? Like,
no, he's not.
I'll be honest today, right? Let's go through the numbers quickly. Yeah. He's a quality forward, right? If Jesus was playing today, how many goals do you think he would have scored?
Don't know. I don't know.
You don't know, right?
I don't know.
You're not bold enough to. Both of you are not bold enough to put a number on it, are you?
Nor am I. I'll be honest.
If Ian Wright was playing today, if Ian Wright was playing today, in his pomp,
2.
How many goals do you think he would have scored today?
He would have got 2.
Huh?
He would have got 2.
2 at least, right? You're saying how many?
Well, tell you what, put it down at Havertz's chances that he's missed. Yeah.
No, I'm asking a question. I'm saying 3 or 4. I'm saying 3 or 4. Van Persie's playing today. How many goals does he get?
Yeah, same.
Henry.
Yeah, probably hat-trick.
Right?
Yeah. More.
Right. Okay. So you know where I'm coming from here, like. I'm confident to say Henry would have got hat-trick today. I'm confident to say that Van Persie, Adebayor would have scored a few today. Anelka would have got 2 or 3
today. Would have scored today.
Aubameyang might have got 2 or 3 today, But we cannot put Jesus. Oh, I don't know, because he's in that category of all those players that played today.
But he's injured.
And that's the difference. Like, you know what I mean? I'm banking on Anelka. I'm banking on Henry. I'm banking on Ian Wright today to score a hat-trick, like, you know what I mean?
I'd even say Giroud would have got 2 today, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Giroud was underrated.
Yeah, Giroud.
This is the thing, man. This is the thing. And the question we should be answering is not would Henry have scored, it's would Osimhen, would Ivan Toney, would, Gyökeres who over at Sporting Lisbon, would Gutierrez, would all these guys that we're linked with, Vlahovic, would they have got it? Would they have got it today? And for me, I honestly believe that Ivan Toney would have scored today if he was in Kai Havertz's position. If he's in those 2 positions, he would have scored in 2 of them. Maybe he creates something even more to a hat-trick. I don't know.
But I look at it goals. He scores goals.
He's a goal scorer, man.
He's a goal scorer. He plays for Brentford, and look what he's doing. You know, I know he scored a hat-trick against for him against Southampton. It's a reserve game, but he's put the ball in the net.
He's got hat-trick.
And he's put the ball in the net. And we ain't doing that at the moment. But,
exactly.
We need him, if I'm honest. If there's ever a game to say that you need a striker, especially after the 2 games where we haven't scored and the chances we're creating, you know, it's common sense, isn't it? To go and get one?
I think so. Listen, we've got a break now. No, we're all ranting, but it's absolutely fine. We got a break now. We don't play now, obviously, until the break is over. They go to Dubai, which will be lovely for them all. We are out of both competitions. Mikel Arteta is under severe pressure. We need a win against Palace when we return at home. There is no excuses. Aid, thanks for coming on again, my friend. Thank you so much. If you do go follow Aid on Twitter. What's your Twitter, Aid?
Oh, do you know what? I can't remember. I don't really use it, to be fair. But no, I'll throw it out there next time. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Make sure you go follow Aid on Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe, people. Make sure you do that. If you want to go check my fan cam out, you can. It's on my channel now over at Football's 12th Man. So make sure you do that. We're heading over towards 14K there. So please make sure you can come and support that channel as well. Make sure you support this one. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. Lee, we're out of here, man. Hopefully you cheer up a bit tomorrow morning, but I don't know if you will, mate.
Yeah. I'm away on holiday for a little while now, like, you know what I mean. So
you're going to Dubai as well. Did last year?
I am going to Dubai. I am going to Dubai, but unfortunately, I need to stop over, like, you know. So I'm off to Thailand, see my brother. Nice. So bit of a family holiday for 10 days, but I'll be back for the old Crystal Palace game. Listen, if anything breaks, like transfer news and that, we'll be on it. We get down or someone on it to
we'll still run the channel, so don't worry about that. Lee will be gone, but the channel won't be. But
so we'll do something. But listen, everybody, you know, it's now time to just forget about the Arsenal for a few days, you know, and try and enjoy. Raffle Mead was better. Like, there's a lot of people in there wouldn't even know who Raffle Mead was, like, you know what I mean. Unfortunately, I do remember him, like, you know. Listen, Lee Chapman might have got a couple today, like, you know. So there you go, like Ray Hankins.
He's a striker.
We've had some players, like, you know what I mean. But there you go, like.
Yaya Sanogo, another one.
I'm telling you, like, my mate, I would have scored, like, you know what I mean. Paul Mariner would have had a few. Charlie Nick, he'd have scored today, like. Petrovic would have made a few. Alan Smith,
Fox in the box. Fox in the box. Jeffers.
Fox in the box.
Jeffers.
Danny Welbeck. Come on, have a few more while we're going on it, like, you know what I mean. That would have.
Kevin Campbell.
Kevin Campbell. He would have. Should have got him on tonight.
Should have.
Kevin would definitely have got Tony Woodcock. Would have. Alan Sunderland. Yes, he would have definitely got it.
Alan Smith.
Balogun would have got. Johnny Radford would have got. Yes, Balogun. Like,
how's he getting on, by the way? How's he getting on, Balogun? I've not been following.
No. Julia Baptista.
Yeah, the beast.
Armstrong, Podolski, yes, and Elka, like Ali Adair, Shamak might have even got one today. Like. I'm loving all these names, like, you know what I mean. Reyes would have had hat-trick today.
Bentley,
Johnny
Lord
Armstrong,
Bentner.
another one. Johnny Armstrong would have had 3 today, like, yes. Malcolm McDonald would have had 8. Big Supermac would have had about 8, like, you know what I mean. Carnu, Will Told.
Yeah, would have
scored. Racking them up now, like, you know what I mean. Like Oliver Giroud being mentioned again. Mesut Ozil, no, he'd have got an assist today, Mesut. Oh, Nicholas Bentner, how many do you reckon he'd have got today?
Lord Bentner.
We get the header. Score the header that Havertz missed. Bentner scoring that 100%.
Yeah, there's a problem.
It's a worry, innit? It's a worry, man. Davor Suka, Overmars, Lucas Perez, Bellerin, Park Chu-Yong. Remember him? Wow. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Listen,
Alan Ramsey would have had a couple today as well. Like, that boy could finish. Yeah, I agree with that one as well. Like, you know, I think we're missing someone like that from midfield. Aboué. Zidane in. What instead of Zidane? Would you take Zidane? Yeah, Brian Kidd. Yeah, Brian Kidd. Like, was it?
Who's that
player that played up front?
I spoke to Richie Howard after the game today, Lee. I said I would have signed you right now because he would have scored.
He would have scored today, you know what I mean? Goal scorer. What was the one that played up front for in the 1998 season? He come in at the back end of the season, replaced Bergkamp. Christopher Ray. He would have knocked a few in there, like, you know. Perry Groves being mentioned. Definitely Perry would have scored today, like, you know. Frankie Stapleton, yes, he would have had a couple. Blimey. Geordie Armstrong, David O'Leary. Was you thinking they'd come from the back and got one? Like, I don't know about that. Like, you know,
Alan Smith would have got a few, wouldn't he? Al Smithy.
Yeah, Alan Smith would have got a few.
100%, mate. 100%. Theo Walcott.
Need a striker, boys. End of.
Yes,
Theo Walcott. I think Theo would have scored today.
Theo, listen, we've just named the whole of the history of the Arsenal centre forwards, and no one's gone, oh, he wouldn't have scored. That's a worry, isn't it? That's a worry.
Paul Merson would have scored today. Guarantee it.
Do you know what? Along with Roy Keane, Paul Merson is the best pundit. Paul Merson just says it how it is. None of this mucking around. I love people like that. You know, I might not get my job with the press off it. He says it how it is, man. Yeah. Russo. Excellent, Mike.
Excellent. Well done, Jack. That's absolutely brilliant. Like, love it. Like, you know what I mean? I love it getting them involved. That's quality. Like, you know what I mean? Don Robbie wouldn't have scored a day. Like, you know what I mean?
He definitely wouldn't. I'll tell you what. Who has annoyed me today? Oh, Julian. Oh my God.
Oh, don't say that. He does it. He just does it to be a wind up. I think. Like,
have you seen the way they put me and him together on AFTV? When you go on YouTube, right, people, go on AFTV. You'll see me saying we need a striker, and Julian below me saying we don't need a striker. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but you know what? He's listened to all of us go, probably, oh, we need a striker, and he's thought, oh, I've got to say something different.
I'll say something different.
What's Ty said today?
I ain't listening to Ty yet. I ain't listening to Ty yet.
If you actually do go on there and make comments, just please put on there, really, because listen, guys, if you do go on there, do me a favour, because he watches himself about 10, 15 times and watches the comments, right, as much as he can. So please just go on there and just comment. Don't actually watch his video because it gives him a click. Just watch it. Just go, Julian, you're a wanker. Julian, I want to see how many. Right? Julian, you're a wanker. That's all I want to see, guys.
Deluded. Julian, you're clueless.
Julian, you deluded, or Julian, you know, you're a wanker, or Julian, just don't go. Just go and support Spurs. Any of those three. If I see them up on his chat, I love that. Right? You know what I mean? So just go over and just call it.
There's another point here.
Even better. You type deluded wanker. If anybody puts that, I'm happy with that. Like,
quite deluded wanker. Big up Aaron, man. Big up Aaron. Aaron's a good lad. Big up Aaron.
Yeah, big up Aaron. Like you.
That's not where just go. You
twat, Julian. Anything like that. Just put Julian. You're a twat. Anything like that. Please just go and do that. That'd be very, very helpful. Like, you know, and it will really make me laugh because he looks at his comments. I'll tell you a little story before we go back, Julian. Like when he's driving, he goes, "Oh, I'm really tired. I need to pull over and someone else will have to drive." Like, you know, and what he does, he gets in the back, and guess what he does? Puts on his little earphones and watches himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then he looks at all the comments. So I want us to get in there and start going twat. You know what I mean? Like anything really, really horrible. Like, you know what I mean? Will be very, very appreciated.
I remember, was it Everton away? We come back, we stopped off at Searches, me, you and Julian. We got McDonald's, me and you were waiting, and he's over there with his earpods in, listening while he's eating his fillet of fish, watching himself on AFTV. Like,
anybody that goes into McDonald's and orders a fillet of fish is a wrong in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
It's a total wrong un, like, you know what I mean? When I tell you what he does, which makes it even a total wrong un, right? He opens up the burger, right? And scrapes all the sauce off.
Why?
Ask for one with no sauce.
Why? Because he's a prat. Because he's a twat. That's what I'm saying. Get on the comments and tell him, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when he orders, he goes, "Can I have a fillet of fish?" Well, it just does my head in, boys. He really does. You know what I mean? Like,
but
go to McDonald's, you order a burger, a proper burger. Come on, if you want to go. I don't understand it why people order a chicken burger in McDonald's. Go to KFC. Come on, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't mind chicken burger so much. I always get a Big Mac, but I don't mind chicken burger so much. But fillet of fish, what's going on? What is happening there?
Come on, McDonald's,
fillet of fish. Fillet of fish.
Fillet of fish.
Billy should have scored. Brilliant. Oh, you got to end the show on that. That's brilliant.
On the old fillet, son. That's what I was
On the
saying.
fillet,
Like,
on the fillet. Love that, man. Well, listen, at least we're laughing anyway, because I think we
Yeah.
cry otherwise.
listen, if you don't laugh, you cry, wouldn't you? Like
You don't like it, you cry.
Oh, that's a great way to go out,
you
isn't it? Great way to go out.
It's a good way to end the show, man, with old Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald scores today. They're all coming in now. They're all coming in. Listen.
With his size 20 feet. Oh, brilliant. Oh,
Love it, man. Love it. Listen, we're getting out of here, people. Big
Yeah.
up everybody in the chat. All the legends as ever. Thanks for your super chats. Make sure you smash a like and subscribe on your way out. And come follow the panel. We will speak to you soon. We're out of here. Up the Arsenal. Laters.
Layers.